Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Today, I have a very nice review coming. Oh, stop, Hagrid. My cat almost knocked over my tripod. Look at this little guy. Yeah. Yeah, I love you. Okay, cool. Doing a review today on the 44 boxing training gloves, okay? So we have these gloves right here. If you guys have seen my unboxing video on these, my first impression, you know that I said that these gloves are very promising. They look like they're going to be very good quality for the price. And today we're just going to be diving into that a little bit. As I watched some of my videos back, I realized that sometimes I just kind of wing them. Like I don't really have a plan going into them. I just like to talk about how I feel about these gloves and whatnot. But I think for the purpose of just making this content a little bit more digestible in a sense and just a little more structured, I think I just want to, moving forward, maybe not this video because this one is just kind of on a whim, but maybe for my following video, do like price point, structure of the glove, and then like rating, something along those lines. Just having a structure, so that you guys can do something like that. I really like the idea that Fit to Box, that guy, he has his own website where he rates gloves and things like that. So I really like that idea. That's really neat. So I may do something like that, but obviously just know I got the idea from him. Cool. So let's get into it. I ended up getting my 44 boxing gloves. Let's start off with what this company is first of all. Cool. I met this guy on Reddit. He started his own glove company and he was looking for people to review it. And I ended up purchasing one of these gloves because I was like, man, these look sick, man. And for the price, I was just very curious. And also as a small business owner, I like supporting small businesses because I get it, man. Like at first, you really just need people who trust in you and who are willing to give you a shot, to try out your service, products, whatever it is that you're doing. So I understood him, so I ended up getting a pair of these. And if you haven't seen the unboxing video, the presentation for these is epic. So definitely go watch that if you haven't. But today, after months of use, we're going to be talking about what I loved about this glove, things that I didn't like, and things that I ended up suggesting that be improved with these gloves. Let me lower the camera a little bit just so you can maybe see the gloves a little bit better. So these are the gloves right here. Okay, these are the 44 boxing gloves in a 16 ounce. If you watch this video compared to the unboxing video, you'll probably see that they're a lot more broken in. They've kind of shaped up a little bit more, but that's just because I've used the glove more. I believe this glove, I want to say, let me see, I don't think it says, I can't exactly recall where it was manufactured. I remember having a conversation about it, but I can't quite remember. But yeah, this glove has broken in a lot more since the day I got it. And as you can see, even with some pretty decent use, it's still pretty much like, it doesn't look brand new. I'd say it looks at a 9 out of 10 condition, just because it has, a little more creasing and whatnot on the leather. But man, I have majority good things to say about this glove. There's only two things that I would have changed about this, and I've already communicated this with the owner of this business of 44 Boxing, just because I think he's looking for suggestions, and I think the suggestions I made would probably make just the glove a little bit more comfy. Okay, so let's just start off with that. What I would have changed about the glove: the original laces, I don't have them anymore, but they were just very short. They were about to, I want to say something like right here. And the way that I like to lace up my gloves, like really tight around the wrist, just wasn't enough support or just length to be able to do that. Or even putting on a lace and loop, I believe you were only able to do it once. Okay, but to be honest, that's probably the only really thing I had to change about this glove. And the lining, this can remind me of a rival Guerrero lining, but just a little bit more rough. If you can see inside there, you see how it kind of has the little patterns. It's not really a smooth lining. It kind of has that texture to it. I feel like this could be a problem, especially like if you are the type of person you don't put on any hand wraps, you just like to go hit the bag. This could be a little uncomfortable for you at first. I know now that I'm feeling the glove, it's definitely smoothed out a little bit, especially near the finger compartment, because I've used it a lot of times with hand wraps, without hand wraps. Sometimes I just like to put the glove on and just start hitting the bag. I don't really feel like wrapping up. So the lining can easily scratch your knuckles like the Guerreros can. And that's just something that I would have changed personally, but literally, like, it's really not a big deal, especially if you're wrapping up. You're gonna be fine. That's just more of my little nitpick. I don't think it's like, most people won't even notice that, to be honest. But as someone, like, I've tried on a crap ton of gloves. These are the gloves that I was talking about, by the way, that the lining of them, especially around the knuckle area, just shreds up your knuckles if you try to hit this without a bag. For some reason, it's just like really rough around the knuckles. And if you go watch my video review on this, you'd see that I talked about that. But everything else about the glove, like the inside here is comfortable, at least when you put it on. The wrist compartment's fine. It's just the lining in the knuckle area. Everywhere, like up here, just shreds your knuckles to pieces and just gets you all bloodied up and whatnot. But yeah, so go watch the review on this if you haven't, if you've been thinking about them. Just to give you a little, I guess, overview of what I felt about those gloves is that those gloves were super, super good. Like, super good if you get a good batch, because sometimes they make batches that aren't so great. I ended up getting like a decent batch, so like the quality control on this one was pretty bad. Okay. Anyways, back to 44 Boxing. Yes, so those are the, dang, I just yapped. Just realized I just yapped. It's okay. So yeah, laces, I changed them, right? Just for longer laces. And then the lining, that's probably the only thing I would change. Aside from that, man, for the price that you're getting this glove for, right now they're discounted $44. I mean, sorry, 44, you know, in the currency over there, which I believe is about $60 US, and then let's call it like $20 shipping, or however much shipping is. I think it's 30. Don't quote me. Okay, let's just call this glove a $100 glove. Okay, this glove for $100 is super, super good quality. It does not have a very long break-in period. It is a leather glove. It looks fantastic, especially the leather right here around the thumb, the designs that he has, the trim, right, the piping. It looks absolutely sick. It's such a sick looking glove. It comes in 16 ounces, I believe in 14 ounce as well. Don't quote me on that. I don't want to say that he does produce these in 14 ounce, but they only in 16 ounce. But I know for a fact he has, you know, a 10 ounce version of these, and it's a Velcro glove, but I believe those are not leather. So these right here are going to be the leather training gloves. I believe these are the Mavericks. So if you go look on his website, you'll see these. But straight out the package, guys, I can tell you that these were super, super easy to open up like this, right? Like, it's not very hard. So if you like to, you know, put on your high guard and whatnot, this will be a super, super good glove for that. The padding, this was the most surprising thing for me. These gloves have like an amazing pop on the bag, on mitts. They just have a really good, you just get a good impact with it. It's not too padded, too round, like a Sting glove, to the point where you can, you know, get a little awkward with your hooks because the padding is so protruded that your hooks feel a little awkward. No, like with these gloves, you can really dig your knuckles into the bag, depending if you like to throw your hooks like this or like this. You can really dig your knuckles into the bag. Your straight punches, man, dude, your straight punches feel so sharp with these gloves, especially on the bag, on mitts. You just feel that crack. And then, like I said, I like open gloves, right? Even though I have small hands, this is good for me. See, I can open it pretty much with no effort. So if I like to, you know, put on my high guard, if you like to keep your hand here, pow, pop the jab. It's a good glove for that, man. This is a really, really good training glove. And I've used this for sparring. After you sweat in it a little bit, it starts to expand. It starts to loosen up. This is honestly a super, super good glove for the price. I know it's not going to look, and you can kind of tell, like it doesn't look like a super, super expensive, high quality glove by the appearance, and that's okay, because for the price that you're paying, the appearance looks awesome, right? See that? It's a sick looking glove, man. But the quality of this glove for the price that you're paying is absolutely worth it. So I would review these gloves and just be super comfortable and okay recommending you buy them if that's something you're looking for. If you're looking for affordable excellence, that's kind of 44 Boxing's tagline. That's the thing that he's aiming for, affordable excellence. If you're paying like $100 for these, depending on if you get them discounted or not, these are super good gloves, to be honest. You're not going to be disappointed. You're going to be very happy with them. And I know for a fact that he's working on newer models, and he's even working on fight gloves, on headgears, on cups. So he's just starting out, man. And for a first-time product, this is super, super good work. You know, like, there's not too much I can say about that aside from I'm very happy with this glove. Like, the fact that I still have this glove, and I've sold a lot of other gloves, and, you know, I've kept other ones, kind of says a lot, right? Another big part of it was, man, I admire people who have the courage to do something like this and to start their own brands. Like, I love that, man. It's not easy being an entrepreneur. So if making this video helps him at least get another customer, these are really good gloves. And just so you know, I paid for these gloves out of my own money. Like, I didn't get these for free. He didn't send them to me. He didn't ask me to review them or anything like that. These are gloves that I went and bought on my own, that I trained in on my own, and then I'm doing a review on my own because I just genuinely was attracted to the brand. I was like, man, this is pretty cool looking glove. I saw that the leather, you know, was good quality. And that was actually one of my concerns. I was like concerned that the leather would start to like scratch and stuff like that, because it's kind of more of like a matte finish if you look at the glove, right? And that was one of my concerns. I was like, man, this thing's gonna get scratched up, like, but no, like it really hasn't, right? Like, if I did something like that pretty hard, I'm sure you'd scratch it up, but no, like the leather has held intact. The paint hasn't chipped anywhere, and I'm sure this is dyed leather compared to like Rival usually just painting their leather. This is dyed leather, if I'm correct here. And, you know, maybe I sound like an idiot to the guy that made these gloves, and he's like, dude, you're wrong. But yeah, no, so the paint, the appearance of the glove hasn't been compromised at all, and this is with like pretty decent use, right? And I'm super, super happy with them, to be honest. So these are going to be in my rotation for a very long time. It's obviously not going to be like my daily drivers, but I'd say this is probably right now my second most used glove. Okay, close to first. And there's a lot of gloves I have here in my showcase that, you know, I'm still going to review and whatnot. But yeah, as for 44 Boxing, look, this is how I can sum it up and make it super simple. If you're looking for a quality glove at a moderate price, you know, it's not going to be, you know, like your local sporting goods store, $50. But you don't want that. Like, you give $100, $130 for a glove like this, you're going to be very satisfied. You're going to be very happy with how this glove holds up. The padding is still intact. It hasn't been compromised. The appearance is absolutely sick, and he has a lot of different colorways. And he's only going to improve with time. If you are getting one of these models, the only thing I would suggest is just replace the laces, because the laces are a little short, and they're a little stringy. Like, it's not, you know, like thick laces that you can really cinch. And aside from that, man, get a lace and loop. You're good. You have a really high quality training glove that's super comfortable, very easy to open, very nice impact on the bag, super satisfying landing a punch on somebody with these. It just feels like a really good glove. Okay, it wasn't a very long break-in period. They already kind of came in broken in, not to the point to where, you know, it felt like somebody had worn them, but just comfortable enough to where you would you know, use these gloves. Look at my cat. Comfortable enough to where you would use these gloves and be able to train in them immediately without too long of a break-in period. Let's see what Haggard does here. Let's see what he's just gonna do. I don't trust this guy. I'm gonna just let him get on there, and then I'm gonna take him off. Look at this guy. He's building a bridge with himself. All right, time for you to get down. And before I end off this video, I do want to show you guys another pickup that I got. And this is gonna be for another video. This is going to be the Empire Boxing Spartacus 2 training gloves, okay? So I got an absolute banger of a deal on these. and I cannot wait to make a review video on these, but I do need to use them first. I've only used them once so far in a bag session. I do want to spar on them and whatnot before I do a little review on them. I might do a first impressions video on these. And if you know a little bit about this brand, it's based out of the United Kingdom, so it's kind of rare to see these in the United States if you ever see these. But yeah, if you'd like to see and I guess an unboxing or a first impression on this glove, let me know. This is a 16-ounce glove, as you can see right there. But yeah, just, you know, giving ideas for my next video. And I think right now, before I end off today, I might film another video after this, and I may just do that, or I may do the Nike Hyper KO2s. We'll see. I'm feeling pretty good today. It's my day off, so I have a little bit of brain power to review things and whatnot. But yeah, as for 44 Boxing, I'm very satisfied with the product. It's going to be a really good glove for the price. And again, just to reiterate, I'm not getting paid to make this video. I paid for those gloves with my own money. I trained in them with my own efforts, and I'm making this review video on my own accord, on my own will. So definitely go support 44 Boxing. He is still growing his business. And if you want a good pair of quality gloves at a decent price, at an affordable rate, definitely go check him out, talk to him, see what he can do for you, and explore your options. Okay, guys? So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.